Erik Ten Hag has gone ahead and obviously declared Scott McTominay and Harry Maguire as the new spine of his team. And you might not hear him say the words I've gone ahead to say, but when you read in between the lines, that was what exactly Erik Ten Hag was meaning about Scott McTominay and Harry Maguire. Welcome to the United Matters channel. How are you guys, and where you're watching us from? I go by the names of Rock and David. It's my like button, comment and share. If you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. And Rock and David is my name, and I'm here to obviously go ahead and obviously get this to the next level, as most of you are really here. He has also gone ahead and talked about the crisis of the club of Manchester United and what credentials he really bases on when he's really going ahead to really get the first choice players for the club of Man United in his starting 11. Welcome to this channel. Let's see close to 200 likes on this video. Rokan David is my name, and hope you guys are really loving this. The Muslims, Barakallahu Fikun, and the Christians, we cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. Don't forget to subscribe because we want to hit that huge milestone of 17,000 subscribers before the end of this month, and that is the end of 2023. Now, Erik Ten Hag on Harry Maguire and Scott McTominay, he has said, I think we have a squad, and in the squad, there is internal competition. If you want success, if you want a successful season, you need more than 11 players. Finally, in every season, I'll turn, and in every season, it's what it is, the best team. They are here, they are great players, and played into the team. That's what you expect from every player. There has to be dedication to aim for this. And I back Erik Ten Hag 100% on what he's saying, because when you're in scenarios like this, all you need is to see to it that you're having a team of people that are really willing to really put your bodies on the line. You know, you have to be having players who are really willing to die a little bit for you as a manager. And the moment you obviously clinch that, then everything will be really great and a lot of things will really happen in your favor. But every time you really don't have players who are really who are not willing to obviously who are willing known to put their bodies on the line, you know, then you won't succeed. We talk about players who are not willing to obviously give the manager what he really deserves, you know, that is Erik Ten Hag, and especially those that fear competition. I tell you, there are players like Marcus Rashford that every time you see competition at the club of Man United, their heads really drop off. That is it, because they are not having what we call an elite mentality to compete at what we call the A-level kind of game of football that we play at the club of Manchester United. And I would love to recommend the likes of Harry Maguire and Scott McTominay for all the clout, you know, that has been really raised against them in the media, and for everything they've gone ahead to obviously face, you know, through thick and thin. They've fought their way back onto what we call the starting 11 of Man United. And they might not be those players that are really talented like the others that we have in the team, but one box they all tick is the box that concerns their mentality. And at Manchester United, talent is not enough. Your mentality is really paramount every time you obviously see yourself getting to where you deserve to be. And as it stands, it's really one of those moments that you'll never want to obviously undermine. You know, they've gone ahead to fight their way back from the limbo, and now they're on top of the grave, and they're dancing in there for you, because we had thrown their careers in the limbo, and they've gone ahead to obviously come back and really give us the best that we expect from them as a team of as a team or as a pair, and they're really doing wonders at the club of Manchester United. And trust me, they are doing things that are really good, and everyone is obviously giving them a benefit of doubt. They've gone ahead to obviously prove us that they can put their bodies in the line. I know they cannot really do what Varane can do, but if at all Varane cannot be available for all that time, then we should switch to the players that are really readily available at the club of Manchester United. Then Ten Hag on the team selection and player form, he said what I said about Scott McTominay and Harry Maguire. Up to them, the team will always line up. The team will always line themselves up, and the best players who form the best team will play. So this is the beauty of Erik Ten Hag, that every time he comes in through and really puts in a shift, he'll obviously bring you the best that you deserve, and he won't really go in and really undermine players that are really good at their job. He'll obviously give the players that are good on their job the first chance to obviously come in through and put in a shift. That's what Erik ten Hag really does, and it has gone ahead to be very, 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 very clear that for Erik ten Hag, he is really that manager that gives you, or that puts you on the pitch on credit. You know, on merit is how you obviously get into that team of Man United. And the only player that I saw that had not gone ahead to be dropped because of his poor performances has been Anthony. But finally this season, Ten Hag went ahead to obviously drop him for some good games and was playing off the bench because he was not good enough and couldn't match the levels that Erik ten Hag was calling in for, to see to it that his team obviously puts in a very good shift as required from the people that have gone ahead to obviously show up every time we play. So for Erik ten Hag, it's all about you being informed, because why would he bench a player like Marcus Rashford, who went ahead to obviously score 30 goals last season? Meaning that he's benching him on merit, because Anthony is performing very well, Garnacho is performing in very well and putting in performances that are really first class. Then how do you resort to a player like Rashford, who cannot obviously come in through and put in a shift? So I think this is what makes the likes of Scott McTominay special, and why the manager is really doing the best and really telling us the best about them. Then Erik ten Hag on Scott McTominay said, actually from the first moment I saw, he has a very good smell to make it in the box and is a very good finisher. That's not a surprise when we bring it and the way we want to play and get the balls to where they deserve to be. So that's what Ten Hag is going to hate to say about Scott McTominay. And for me, all what he's doing about Scott McTominay is right, and he has not going to hate to talk about his first touch, how he plays in the midfield. One thing he's hinting about, and what I agree with him, is all about his ability to come in through and obviously put in a shift as a midfielder, coming through and obviously hit the ground running and really score those goals. I think that is the best attribute of him. Now, if I'm Erik ten Hag, then it's high time I change the system to a 4-3-3, because in a 4-3-3 system, this guy will obviously get enough time to obviously play. You know, you get like Amrabat, you play him with Scott McTominay, and then you play him with what's the name of the guy? You play him alongside what's the name of the guy? You play him alongside Amrabat, like Amrabat, Bruno Fernandes, and Scott McTominay, Amrabat, and Bruno Fernandes. We play a flat 3 midfield. We shift from a 4-2-3-1 to a 4-3-3, such that you can have 3 midfielders, you know, meaning that Bruno Fernandes will obviously play behind this man, and then Scott McTominay will also be given allowance to go ahead of Bruno Fernandes and Amrabat. Then Anthony as a right forward, Garnacho as the left forward, and Rasmus Højlund through the center. Because every time we play double pivot and we're having Scott McTominay alongside Amrabat or Kobe Menu, will obviously be overpowered in the midfield because it will be porous. But Scott McTominay has gone ahead to obviously score very many goals. He's the top scorer of Man United this season. He's having 6 goals, and no one really can really stop him from obviously experiencing what he's really doing at the club of Manchester United. Then Erik ten Hag on Man United being in crisis has said, so we know where we are going, and we had our setbacks, especially at the start of the season. Things went against us with injuries, decisions, and sometimes you find yourself in such a place. So Ten Hag is telling us that at the beginning of the season, everything never went in the favor of Man United. It was all about very, very, very bad results being put up by Man because of the injuries. And right now, things are going our way, because in the last 8 games, we've gone ahead to get or collect 6 points. And no team in the Premier League, I think, has gone ahead to really have that winning percentage in there for you ever since we started to win against, I think it was Fulham. So thank you guys for watching through. Tell me your thoughts about Erik ten Hag naming Scott McTominay and Harry Maguire as his new spine of the team. in the comment section is where I want to see what your thoughts are, and then after tell me what you think about this game of football against Bournemouth that is here to play tomorrow. I sign out for now. See you later, and may the living to God bless you abundantly. Rock and David remains my name. I sign out for now. See you later. Bye bye.